Hey, Tiger fans, Mark Fitzpatrick, Tiger Club, Kansas City. It's Tuesday, February 27th, with the Westport Flea Market. And our special guests today, we had two of them, Drew King, Jarod Hamilton from PowerMizzou's. Drew covers basketball, Jarod football. You guys did a great job. Appreciate coming up from Columbia. Jarod, I'm going to start with you. Great football season, spring football getting underway. What's your anticipation for this 2024 team?
They've got playoff, hopes. They got playoff aspirations, especially with it moving to a 12-team playoff. I mean, 11-2, Cotton Bowl win. They've got plenty of momentum, not only on the field but recruiting. I mean, obviously they got some bad news about Sam Horn, but obviously that's not affecting Brady Cook and some of those guys they got. They got the wide receivers coming back. That's a very deep group. They've got a strong running back group that's so talented. You wonder who's going to emerge from that. Kind of wondering how the defense will be with Corey Batoon, Brian Early being added to the staff, but I don't anticipate, a huge drop-off or anything like that. We'll know a little bit more during spring ball and later fall camp, but it's a team with playoff aspirations for sure.
In the spring, what is the position area that you're most intrigued with?
It's got to be the running backs just because you've got 5 options. You got Marcus Carroll from Georgia State, 10th in the whole nation with 1,350 rushing yards last year. He's kind of just like Cody Schrader. I mean, literally only a few pounds separate them. They've got similar running styles. You got Nate Noel coming from App State. I think in 2021 he had a 1,000-yard rushing season, so he's a capable back. You got Jamal Roberts, is someone I heard so much about last offseason. You got Kawan Lacey. He's not here for spring ball, but he'll come in fall camp. And then you still got Tavoris Jones, former 4-star in the class of 2022. So they've got plenty of options at running back, and they can go anywhere with it, really.
Okay. Drew, turn to you. Yeah. Basketball hasn't been quite as much fun as football. What do we take from this season? I mean, it is what it is. What do we look forward to?
Yeah, so this season, I think, obviously injuries played a big part of it. They had 18 guys on the roster, and I think only probably 9 of them are healthy right now. So, I mean, it's taken a pretty big hit as far as health. But on top of that, like if they were healthy, I don't know that it would be a whole lot better. They probably wouldn't be winless, but I don't know that they would be in the top half of the conference either. And so it's kind of a difficult year to evaluate for sure. I think probably, next year they have a really good recruiting class coming in. You hopefully bring Tamar Bates back for another season. But, it's going to take a pretty big turnaround for them to be better next season.
Give us a preview on some of the guys coming in next year in that recruiting class.
Yeah, so you have at the top Honor Boateng. He's kind of a fringe 5-star, ranked number 26 in his class. 6'5" guard, really strong and versatile, right? Can play at a lot of different spots for you. Then you have Marcus Allen from Miami. He's a 6'8" forward and really, really good on the defensive end, can pretty much guard 1 through 5. You've got a guard named T.O. Barrett from Oklahoma. He's playing at Link Academy right now, and that prep year school usually does really good stuff for your development. So I think that they have pretty high expectations for him. And then they've got 2 big guys coming in. Trent Pierce out of Houston, 7'2" guy that can shoot threes. So I think they're expecting him to be kind of a stretch 5. And then Peyton Marshall, who's 7 foot and 300 pounds, going to bring kind of a different dimension to the offense where he's a guy who can back you down in the post and play in the paint a little bit more than what Mizzou's doing now. So a lot of guys that can do multiple things for him. It's almost like a whole starting 5 if they stay long enough.
Question off your normal beats. Big change with the athletic director in the last couple weeks. Desiree leaving for Arizona. Do you guys have any thoughts about who they might bring in or what the status is? I'll turn to you first, Jarod.
I do know, so when I went from Jim Sturk to Desiree, it took about 2 weeks. I think it was 13 days. Gabe said so. About 13 days. This one may extend a little bit longer because she left. Sometime last week. My days are so much together, but I think by the end of the week. By the end of the week, it'd probably be around that 13-day mark, and I don't think they'll get there. So they're looking at spring break. So basically, beginning of April, they'll have someone new. They've had people like Ren Baker from West Virginia been thrown in there. Blair Veach from Memphis been thrown in there. There's some options. We don't know a definitive this guy's in line or this girl or woman is in line. Excuse me. So we'll kind of, I guess, find some more and let you guys know as stuff comes our way. But we don't have a definitive one right now.
Yeah, Laird's an old friend of the Tiger Club. He was our representative years ago. Great guy. So you had anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, just based on the list that I know Gabe has put out, it seems like the school does want somebody with Mizzou ties who's either interviewed for the job before or has worked here in a lower capacity. I know another name that was on the list was Sarah Baumgartner out of from Texas. Yep.
Name very familiar to our club.
Right. So I think it's going to be somebody that has some ties to the school, knows kind of how things work here. So, but like Jarod said, we don't have a definitive list of who they're looking at this point.
Yeah. Fair to say things are never boring in Columbia, Missouri.
Just when I thought the off season was going to be chill, we got Sam Horn news, and then we got the very next day we got Desiree going to Arizona. So yeah, we got that. And spring ball starts today. So.
Yep. You guys do a great job, folks. If you're not subscribing to Power Mizzou, I strongly encourage you to do. Jarod Hamilton covers football. Drew King, basketball. You're also picking up a little baseball and some other stuff.
Yeah,
right?
gonna look into the baseball scene this evening. Yes, sir.
Right.
And then I'll pinch hit and do the same thing on Friday.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for coming up.
You.
Thanks for having us.
All right. Next week, our guest here at the Flea Market, our old buddy Adam Teicher, ESPN writer who has covered the Chiefs for decades. We'll talk about another Super Bowl win. So please be sure to join us tomorrow night at the Chicken and Pickle in Overland Park. We'll be there for a Tiger Club happy hour. I hope you can make it. If you need more information, go to kctigerclub.com.